Good morning from Lugano. Another block is going to be mine, and I'm honored to be with Abubakar. Can you say your surname? It's too complicated. I don't want to lie.
Hello.
Okay, that's perfect. And thank you for accepting to be with me for the next, on average, 10 minutes and reply to my questions. And I think you have so much wisdom and knowledge to share with our students, future students. And you are also a teacher here at the summer school in Lugano. You are going to have a fire chat tomorrow. For the guys, they are very lucky to hear from you. And we are going to start with something maybe you wouldn't expect. I saw you in Prague with a jersey, a football jersey from Roma, right?
Yeah.
And you were hanging around the other day with Argentina jersey, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, maybe he likes football jersey, he likes football. Can you confirm this? Or do you have this passion or other passion you want to share with us?
No, 100%. I love football. Grew up playing a lot of football. Still play when I can.
Okay, so you're also a player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wow. So I wasn't imagining, so I brought something with me. I'm going to show you what I brought. So here in Lugano, you know, we are sponsoring.
Hell yeah.
We are sponsoring the Lugano team, FC. This is the old jersey, but there's something special for you also.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have the 21 and Satoshi on the
Love
back.
that. Thank you so
I
much.
think this totally, should be owned by you.
Really
So
appreciate
from a small gift from Lugano that you are going to, like, you can also play with this. And
Yeah,
this
for
is
sure.
yours.
Sure, thanks so much.
And so do you have any other passions outside Bitcoin? Something, or you spend most of your time on Bitcoin related things, which I imagine because you're doing a lot of things.
I'd say definitely on the passion side is probably philosophy, I'd say. The bulk of my time outside of Bitcoin is kind of spent on that. So whether it's metaphysics, ethics, things around epistemology especially. And then separate to that, I still play a lot of Call of Duty from time to time.
Wow, this is not something I would expect. And I can relate in a way. So maybe next time we are going to talk about this topic. I have plenty of other topics Bitcoin related, but maybe at some point we are going to discuss this because I think it's one of the most interesting thing ever.
For sure.
Yeah. You're a Bitcoin core contributor, right?
Yeah.
And so I was thinking specifically, how is a day someone contributed to Bitcoin Core? I don't think you are focused on that all the time. How does it work?
Yeah, it kind of depends on what degree of contributions you do. So typically there are folks that contribute pretty frequently, like on a day-to-day basis. So those are more closer to maintainers, the small side of like 30 roughly around the world. I'm part of the group of like probably in the hundreds that do like mostly PR reviews nowadays. So that's kind of how it works. So it really depends on where you focus on the code base. So whether it's the build system, things around testing, or things around the wallet to mining. So I kind of work around the build system, a couple of things around, Mac OS, etc.
Because we have here, in this edition of the summer school, plenty of devs. So it's really interesting to understand how a typical day and how can we match different identities, because you are a dev, but you're also working as a board member of also a CEO, right? So you're doing many things at the same time. So I was really curious, how can you manage and juggle between those identities in your everyday life?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's more to do with time management and priorities, I think, and a lot of discipline. Because it's very easy to spend a lot of time on a specific hat that you wear versus kind of balancing it out. I think once you have good enough structure and you have a good rhythm in terms of where the focus should be, depending on the task, I think that's kind of where you kind of hit things at the middle.
Okay. So it's also very important to reach that point, and you learn by doing this over time.
Yeah.
There's no specific rules.
Nah.
And one thing that I tend to stress a lot is just we are creating Bitcoin jobs. We don't know. We are kind of first, second generation doing this, and we are still trying to understand how to manage ourselves, which is a very important life skill. So for our students, if they feel oh my God, how can I do this?
It's possible.
It's possible, and we are still like every day reconsider this and try to understand how to make this work. But in the end, we are doing what we love and we are succeeding in our activities. So maybe we're doing something kind of right. So maybe. I don't know. You, for sure. I am still like to understand about me. And I was mentioning before, you're like a board member of BitTrust, it's correct?
Yeah.
And your goal with BitTrust is like funding and giving grants to Bitcoin project and developers, right? And I was thinking, how do you select the best project, the best people? Do you have a general criteria, or like you fall in love with something, you see the potential? How you do that?
I think it's probably aptly summed up as PRAVA, proof.
Yeah.
Really, all the major criteria for us is proof of work. So we want to make sure we're enabling people that already have that grit and hunger to work on Bitcoin, because everything else will be kind of dictating to people, which is not something we try to do. So people approach us, all our grants are open, whether you're doing actual developer contributions. So we give out starter grants on a 6-month basis, give out monthly payments in Bitcoin, or long-term contributions, depending on where you are. So that's kind of where we do it, really.
Wow. Can you share some of the latest you gave grants to?
100%. And for context, so from last year, this time to date, we've given out over 30 grants.
Wow.
Half of which have been directly to developers, totaling around like 1.7 mil out of all that 30. And in terms of the alumni of grantees, we have quite a lot of folks that work on projects like Bitcoin Core, like Abubakar Sadiq, who's been phenomenal. Like, he literally learned from not knowing what a block is to contributing to Core like on a daily. And we also have folks working on BTC Pay server like Tabechi. We also have folks still working on Core like Novo, Salem Payments. I think the biggest thing for us is not just pushing people to work on Core, but pushing people that have a good understanding on where are the pain points in Core to kind of work on.
Yeah, wow. Well, we are very thankful for what you're doing, and I think there are plenty of great projects that you are helping with that. And it's very important, really, really important in our space. So they have the freedom to work on that. They have, it's something that keeps incentive even better in this way. Also, I was mentioning before, you're CEO of Recursive Capital. Can you tell us more about this?
Yeah, for sure. And with Recursive Capital, it was based off of, starting off as a dev. So I have no finance background or anything like that. So for me, it was a case of how we efficiently allocate capital down the line when we start having companies. So it was kind of a no-brainer to start a VC after a couple of conversations, and then obviously figuring things out was kind of the most interesting part of that. And so from launching all the way from like 2022 to date, it's been funding companies like BitNob, Fedi, and the rest. And really the future outlook for us is trying to dig down to make sure that we fund companies that actually build for people and not a theoretical base of developers or, I guess, an audience.
So I have a contextual question. We are here in Lugano, you come from Nigeria, and I think those are very different contexts, right? And different Bitcoin ecosystem. But is there a thing we can learn from Nigeria and Nigeria can learn from Lugano? Do you think
100%.
there's something?
I think from being here in Lugano, I think we can definitely learn as Nigerians to kind of take things easy from time to time, kind of live life at a steady pace. And I think what folks from here could learn about Nigerians is kind of the hunger and the need to just kind of constantly keep working. So I say, honestly, it's the learning to hustle and then learning to also calm down when it's necessary.
Awesome. So I have a very weird question, also because you are super young. But I was thinking, if you had like a magic phone and you can call yourself back in the time, when you will call yourself and what you would say to yourself at that point?
That's interesting. I think the first thing I'd say is it worked. And then the second thing I'd say is honestly just keep on staying focused and forget about all the minute details that are going to come up in the next few years.
Awesome. Wow. Thank you very much for sharing. And thank you for being with me. And I can wait to see you going around also with the Lugano jersey.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
At the next conference and traveling. And I hope you're going to have a great time here in Lugano, even if it's raining today, but it's going to get better tomorrow. We're going to have the boat trip and you're going to enjoy the sunny Lugano too. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for having me.